I've wrapped it around my headphones. Okay. We solved the problem.
So, welcome to the Northernist Podcast. We are two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and do nerdy things, over the internet because we call two separate provinces home. This is episode 181. My name is Jocelyn. My co-host is
Diana.
And to add extra layers of complications, I'm not at home. I am out visiting my parents and will be so for, I don't know, probably mid-October, possibly early November, just depending on whenever my dad can drive me home. So we are currently 2 provinces away from each other because we got one in the middle.
Puts us 2 time zones out from each other, which is, that makes scheduling easy.
Sure, we'll go with that word. Whatever, it's fine. We make it work. It's a thing. Diana has all the show notes, which means she's in charge. I just derail everybody.
Oh, okay. Well, as always, let's start with what's in our cup.
As I'm drinking out of my cup.
Yeah, your fancy new cup.
I found a really pretty plastic wine glass, guys. So when I drop it, it won't break.
These are important considerations.
Because I drop things all the time. Yes, they are. And I've already forgot what it says. Drink up, witches on it. Because, Halloween and Jocelyn.
Obviously.
But I hear everybody going, Jocelyn, why did you buy a plastic wine glass? You don't drink wine. You're right. I'm drinking pineapple juice.
You can make pineapple juice classy.
Yeah, you stick it in a wine glass. It was going to be chocolate milk, but I drank all the chocolate milk earlier yesterday.
You can make anything classy if you put it in a fancy enough glass. Yeah.
You could put like 3/4 fruit juice, like a pineapple or a grape juice or something, and you could fill the last third up with like that bubbly water stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And make it bubbly fruit juice without adding extra sugar, depending on how sugary your fruit juice is anyway.
Well, without too much extra sugar anyway.
Less sugar than the pre-carbonated sugar drinks.
Fair enough.
What's in your cup, my dear? I didn't ask.
I dug out my last packet of, may not make shadows on my face, my last packet of powdered fake ginger honey latte.
Ah.
So the ginger's probably real. The milk is probably not real. The honey might be real.
It could be powdered milk.
So kind of real.
I don't know. I grew up in a place where powdered milk was normal, so I don't know.
Fair enough. I'm drinking a mostly real food instant powdered drink.
That's just wordage that doesn't make sense in my head. But okay. Okay.
It tastes good. Okay. It's probably way more sugar than I should be drinking this late, but yeah, it was not caffeinated, so I'm going to go with it.
That sounds about right. Ooh, so I wanted to show this off last week, but I couldn't. It was in a drawer that I didn't want to open on the internet because it also stored my unmentionables. But this is the blue face mask I made.
Ooh, I like that one.
So it's a dark blue on the body, and this again, it's the Yarnspirations crocheted face mask pattern that they put out, which is free. You guys can go get it. There's a knitted version. I did the crochet one, but I did the last row of it instead of slip stitches. I did it single crochets and the chains by holding one skein of white and one of the dark blue together because it's a double thick mask because I wanted it for wintertime when it's a bit colder.
Okay.
So same thing. We sewed on the inside. It's got its layers. As I flip around so you guys can see the super sexy gray t-shirt material lining it. All right, that's my winter one. Ta-da!
It goes so great with the headphones.
It looks amazing wrapped around my headphones. What are you talking about? So I have 2. I think I'm going to make more. I want to order a couple fabric ones, but I want to make a few more of these crocheted ones because I really like them. Whee! Threw that on the bed. Super random. I realized I had it on my desk and I was like, right, because I was going to talk about it last week and I didn't because I didn't want to reach in my drawer to pull it out. I guess I pulled something else out instead. There's only so much I'm willing to show you, Internet. My undergarments is not one of them. Not unless there's a lot of money involved.
Part of my brain wants to go places, but I'm not going to. I'm going to resist. I am a mature, responsible human being that can
I'm waiting for
maintain
the
a
crack.
PG rating.
I'm waiting for the crack.
Nope, moving along. Moving right along.
Okay, cool. I'll get the question when we're done recording. I got it. Oh, goodness. What's in your cup, my dear?
That was the ginger latte that we were just talking. The
That's
mostly
right.
real, unreal.
The mostly real, unreal stuff. Listen. There's been baskets of heads, body parts, rib cages, pelvic bones in my day today, and granny squares. It's been a day, and it's only Monday.
You're not going to explain any of that, are you? You're just going to throw that on the internet and leave it there.
I'm a huge Halloween fan. My family is a huge Halloween fan. For everybody who has listened to or watched the podcast at all for the last year will understand Halloween is my season. I'm contemplating getting a PhD in Halloween, for heaven's sakes. I really gotta love the season. So we were sorting out Halloween stuff to make sure we had everything we needed and start doing repairs for stuff. Because I don't know if you know this, but it's like the middle of the month of September already.
I was aware.
So like in a weekend or so, I think it's like the weekend after we do our e-knit this weekend, I think I'm decorating yards. That's plural, more than one. Because they have 3 decorations.
Just decorate the whole block.
We could, but it'd be a bit sparse for us. So I was looking at plastic rib cages today and skulls and weird heads, and we were finalizing our to go buy to repair list. It's important prep work, people.
When you take Halloween as seriously as your family does, yes.
I think what's the running gag? We take Halloween as seriously as most people take Christmas.
I was having that thought.
Yeah, but we don't take Christmas seriously at all.
String of lights, done.
Yeah. I think, there's a couple of wood snowman standees, and we do some Christmas lights, and Mom bought a tree, so between the 3 households, there will be a tree up this year. Yeah, it's not our thing, so it's fine.
So much Nightmare Before Christmas vibes right here.
Yeah, okay, my whole family and friends are programmed to send me pictures when they find things. My sister's like, oh, look, I found a blow-up Jack standee for you at Home Depot. I'm like, what am I going to do with an 8-foot-high blow-up standee? I don't have a yard.
You'd find a place for it.
I would go out on my balcony, let's be honest. If I had one, that's where I'd stick it.
I believe it.
Yep,
the wind would catch it and it would like hang over the edge like
yeah. No, I'd weigh that sucker down. That was not the word I was going to use. Yep, that's my life, folks. Whatever, it's fine. Have you been wearing any cool threads? It is cooling down out there for you. I'm still wearing the campfire cardi most of the time. That's just because I run warm.
I have actually not been wearing. Wait, let's think. Since last Tuesday when we recorded the second time, I've actually not worn any knits.
Just my campfire cardi, which is a crocheted cardigan, long cardigan that I really, really like, that I made out of some. That was the one I made out of the Karen cakes, the cotton Karen cakes that I had.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've been wearing that because that's the one I brought out with me, and it's just the right weight for that sort of like 12 to 16 degree range with a wind.
Asleep.
Well, that's what you get.
I had my legs crossed.
Properly.
And it was sleep.
Diana, you know the rules: hips and knees at 90 degrees and feet flat on the floor.
I know, but I had to have something to write on when we were writing show notes before, and then I just kept sitting that way, and now my leg is so very, very asleep.
Oh, that's gonna hurt when it wakes up.
It does.
I mean, we've all done it. And it's smart. All I can say is don't. I know you won't learn because I don't learn either.
Nobody does. We just keep doing it.
We just keep doing it. And every time our body makes us pay for it.
Okay, trucking right along. Moving
You
right
sure?
along. Oh
You're
gosh.
good? You're positive? Nope. Nope. She's not good at all. So I'll start talking because we got 3 projects apiece while Diana makes scrunchy face. Yeah, scrunchy face.
Oh, laughing hurts too. Breathing.
Which is great is that when you go up in your tone, it distorts on the connection we have today. So you warble in and out.
It's just adding to my pain.
You come with your own sound effects this week. It's great.
Unintentional.
Oh goodness. I shall go first while we record. I am working on my sock head hat. That's right, you heard me. I'm making a slouchy hat. And before long-time listeners truly think I've lost my mind, there is a method to my madness. I'm growing out my undercut. So for me, for a while, pulling my hair into a ponytail or a bun isn't really going to be a super huge option because I'm growing out the bottom third of my hair, and I have enough now that it looks like if I'd when I did that super short reverse bob, inverted bob, where it was all short in the back. Yeah, that's about the length we're at now. So I've just enough length that I've got volume in the back of my hair where that bottom third has been missing. So I've gone from like regular people hair to thicker hair again, but it's not long enough to start bobby pinning it to get it to lie flat into a low ponytail. So I need another month or 2 before that happens. So figuring that I'd be dealing with this through fall and winter, I've decided this winter I'm going to have to make some hats because I don't have the same sort of control over those back hairs that I normally do. So I'm going to do a hat to keep the difference up. I finally made it through the ribbing.
The ribbing that goes on forever and ever.
It's 4 inches. 4 inches.
Uh-huh.
Unnecessary. I did 4 inches because that's what the pattern called for. I didn't even cheat and do 3.5 like I normally do and give up half an inch early. I did all 4. Thank you very much. I was committed. So I put Jack on. It's a Halloween hat. It's got to have a Jack stitch marker.
Obviously.
So I put Jack on at the 2-inch marker, which is where I was. And then I have knit an additional, 2 inches of ribbing plus probably about an inch of hat itself. So I'm done 3.5 inches, give or take, on my sock head slouch. The colorway is called The Great Pumpkin.
It looks so good, so sparkly.
It is insanely sparkly. We get this beautiful pooling in where the orange is, which looks like pumpkins, which is great. That's what I want. Here's my beginning of round stitch marker. It's great. It's clover. They're handy. What I can do is I can turn this inside out so everybody's looking at the knit side instead of the purl side. So my slouchy hat is coming along nicely. I got little blips of this beautiful leafy green. Then we've got this dark black purple going on. And then we've got this nice pumpkin orange. Like, isn't that a nice pumpkin?
That is nice.
That is a nice pumpkin.
I am envious of your hat. I have yarn envy right now.
Oh, this was dyed by Daria from Cloud9 Fiberworks. And I'm going to have to see if I can sweet talk her into making me a few more skeins in this colorway because, oh my freaking God, it doesn't have to have the stellina. I'm not going to get excessive here on her.
But if it does have the stellina.
I mean, I won't say no. But I really love this colorway. Well, there's that pattern by Dragon Horde Yarns. So essentially, it's like her version of a boxy, but she does it on like an Aran worsted weight. But I don't like that much. Well, I don't like sweaters with that much positive ease. So I keep looking around And I keep looking at that her Saturday morning sweater or the East Scout sweater, which I already own, which is a fingering weight sweater with a strand of mohair, which I obviously won't do because me and mohair don't agree. But could you imagine me doing a Halloween V-necked kind of slouchy sweater? And all
Yes.
over black, purple, green Halloween print?
Yes, I can absolutely see that.
Because I would wear it and I would love it because I'm obsessed with Halloween. We've already covered this part. So it's been fun. I'm excited to be on larger needles. A fun story of the week. I was super smart, or as one of the patrons would say, I was proving my decorative skill set.
We all have decorative days.
You have a day where you're like, cool, yep, that blonde hair streak that's in there naturally, it's mine. I have earned it hard. I was stressing because I got to the end of my ribbing and I wanted to switch to my 4mm needles to do the rest of the hat. Because my tension is what it is. I knew I had to do the ribbing on 3.75mm and do the hat on 4. Otherwise it'd be too stiff. There wouldn't be any slouch because my knitting's too tight. And I was like, oh, I need it. But my 4mm are in the hem of my 8-bit sweater, right? Mm-hmm. Jocelyn brought all of her needles. Even better, the bag of needles sits just off camera frame right beside the computer, right where she can reach them. For 2 days, I sat her stress that I couldn't just flip the sofa. With all my spare needles, they just came with me. Cool, yeah, cool, yeah. So when I looked over and I realized that's what I was looking at, I was like, pulled out a 4mm and was like, wait a minute, I have a short 4mm, so I can knit in the round. I don't even have to magic loop this. This is true in the round knitting.
And you had to stare at it for 2 days to realize this.
It's because I'm smart. I have many pieces of paper that prove I have a nice intelligence rating. Okay, cool. Great, gotcha. Cool. I walked out and I was like, so, Mom, aren't you so happy that I have all those pieces of paper on my wall to tell you how smart I am?
Yeah.
Some days I'm not too sure. Cool. Yeah, sweet. That's yay. There's nowhere to go with that. That's just pure blonde. Just like, cool. Okay. Don't dye my hair. Got it. People
no
need
lighter
warnings.
anyway.
People need warnings before they deal with me. Oh, goodness. Oh, well, that's my first project. And because we have shared project numbers, you get to go now.
It's crazy pants.
Crazy pants. I've been busy.
I'm just very monogamous. All right. I have the boring project is the sock that I work on while we record. I forgot to move the stitch marker, so that's where it was. I guess that's where it was last Monday when we recorded the first time last week.
Yep.
And then I did heel, and then this is where I'm at now.
You're making progress.
Yeah, well, I only work on it when we record. So, it's coming along very slowly. This is Online Super Socky 4 Fetch. Online Super Sock in the forest color line of colors. I don't know. It's green self-striping.
It's like how you start off so strong and at the end it's like, I don't know, it's green self-striping.
Well, the colorway is actually like a number, is like 1209 or something. I'm like, that's boring.
There's enough sock. You could take a really nice photo of the sock and post it on Instagram. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink, nudge. Yeah. I could,
It's like gently push you into the broadside of the barn.
I could take pictures of things for Instagram ever as a thing that I'm capable of.
I don't live a short bus right away. I can't just come walk and do it for you. You have to do it on your own now.
I know.
It's sad, but it's the truth of the matter.
It'll cross my mind sometimes, but I'll be busy like at work or something like that. It's a cool picture idea. I'll do that later, and then I've forgotten, or later becomes 3 days later, and then I really have forgotten. And yeah.
You need the handiest of all handy tools in the handy tool universe, a notebook with a pen. And just everything comes across your brain goes down on here.
You mean this notebook with a pen, of which I have 3 plus sticky notes right next to my computer?
Yeah, yeah. Do you ever use to write down notes? Like, point, Instagram photo idea, write down idea.
So you know how we're talking about being decorative.
Your bullet journal is decorative? I'm glad it looks pretty.
I mean, yes, actually, it's the spine of it looks very nice where it sits on the shelf.
Jeez. Your bullet journal's decorative. I'm decorative. You're just surrounded by decorative things, aren't you?
Could use some of my work allowance to get more decorative things. Ooh.
You could. You could.
Mm.
Just wait till we get later. You're going to be jealous of my new stickers.
Stickers. I want stickers.
I got stickers. Well,
Stickers
you
for
didn't
what?
cross stitch kit because I ordered and it arrived, and she
Ah.
had little extra stickers in her little kits and stuff.
Maybe I'll order my own stickers.
You can order your own stickers. All right,
My own stickers.
I suppose I'm up again. Ooh, shout out to one of our Knitting the Friends who made us these little travel Christmas kits. Miss D. This kit.
Is really freaking useful.
Oh my word. Has saved my butt so much the last few weeks. It has been crazy. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, are we ready for the big reveal?
Big reveal.
The blanket of doom has begun sewing.
It's blanket shaped.
This is the small center section. It needs a medium-sized center section and then a large size center section to get out to the corners in the middle of the blanket, on the sides of the blanket, and then we can do each of the corner pieces for the bed. But the process has begun. So if any of you guys remember, like way back in like what, February,
Something like.
I started crocheting 50 million squares. I'm still making squares for the record. Square production has not ceased, but I spent a couple of hours today sewing the first part of the blanket together. So it is blanket shaped, but now I have the pattern, and it will technically look like this when it's bedspread. It's it diamonds out from the middle.
Okay.
So I did the first rotation. So you start with your neutral square, and then you do 3 colors out, and then a neutral round, and then 3 colors out, and then a neutral round. That's how I'm making this grid work. It was originally written in a rainbow pattern, and I can actually show people the photo because I've got the graph photo up for the blanket. So that way I can follow the graph to know where I'm supposed to be sewing my squares. So each of these color grids is a 2.5-inch granny square that was hand sewn together. Took me 4 hours one day to get this small section done. So when I say I'm no, it's a lot of sewing, and this is the small center section. So I have a huge way to go. But this is about the only time I'll be able to hold it up in frame. And
yeah, it won't fit in frame next week.
Once I start adding the next row sets of colors in, it'll be too big and it won't fit anymore. And you guys will just get snapshots of it or pictures on Instagram. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, I'm going to highly recommend you follow us, which is the Northern Knits Podcast on Instagram, because I can get far enough away to take the photo for it to be in frame. I am doing my blanket out of Bernette Premium because it is acrylic, as my aunt has requested. This is a blanket from one of my aunts. It is being done in shades of blue, and I have a light blue, a teal, and a royal blue, and then I have a baby blue, I think straight up blue, and a navy for the last 3 color rotation. So I won't be able to tell the difference between the dark blue, the royal blue, the navy blue, and the dark gray. That will all look the same to me, but it is not for me. So it will look fine for my aunt, who can see the difference. So when this is done, it will be queen sized. Big. Because
All I
once,
can think is so much sewing.
well, they have it gridded out for the border as well. And I went, no, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna pick up and granny square do the granny square row border, because that's the border. I'm not going to do them in the squares. I'm just going to do it as one continuous border. But at that point, I'm hoping the temperatures drop some more, because that's a full-size blanket on me while I'm crocheting. Oh my word. It is being done on a 5mm crochet hook. I'm throwing things onto my bed when we are done with them, because I don't need them anymore. And that's just a convenient place for things to go live in my mind. And oh, really? Really? Why, phone? Why did you do this to me? Why do you not like me anymore? I used to have the picture up, but then they made the picture go away, and that random thing where they randomly decide you don't want the photos anymore.
Oh.
And you're like, no, I still wanted that photo. I didn't cease wanting that photo just because you thought I was done with it. I was, in fact, not done with it.
Oh no, but you were done with it because our algorithm said so.
Ugh, the algorithm lies. The algorithm lies. Yes, I would like you to open with that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's a picture of the blanket, which is going to be a little hard to show because I'm backlit. But you can see they rainbowed it out, so it literally looks like a diamond. So like I don't want to describe a stone being dropped in water, and it ripples out to the edge of the blanket.
Okay.
Which looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Super good. So I'm really excited to make it for her. And right now I'm saying I hate it and I'll never do it again because I'm spending 4 hours at a time sewing 2.5-inch granny squares. So look forward to like 2022 when I start one for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know me. However, because I've got the center grid set up now, I can do one color and then I'm sitting down and I can sew the whole color around instead of having to connect strips of 2.5-inch squares on the one side and then sew down the long sides. So when I sit down to sew them, I can sew a whole round in one go rather than having to piecemeal it, which will make construction a ton easier. A ton easier. So it also helped motivate me seeing it start to come together, because otherwise it's just bags of squares, which mean nothing. And I was starting to lag because it was just bags and bags and bags and bags and bags of squares. Nothing but squares.
Squares for days.
Squares for days. So I think I'm gonna have to order more neutral gray. And then one of my girlfriends had a baby, so I know I need to order more of the gray. So I want to make her something gray for her baby. So cool, that's a thing.
Guess it's my turn now?
Yep.
Okay, let's put this down. And pick up this thing that is not currently on needles. It is not done, but we hit a milestone.
We did.
The Comfort Fade Cardi, if I scooch back as far as my wires will allow, the Comfort Fade Cardi is off the needles because the body is done. That is a completed body.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that beautiful fade.
Oh, so good. So good. So good.
So this is the Comfort Fade Cardi done out of a kit from Sew Into Knitting. It starts off with a speckly gray and then goes into various shades of purple and gray, purple and white, and purple and darker purple.
There's a theme of purple here.
It's gray and purple. These are my colors.
So your colors. I believe when we saw the kit at the Manitoba Fiber Festival, I went, well, your kit decision's made.
Pretty much, yeah. So there's all that. I was looking at a video, scooch closer. I was looking at a video of how to do the sleeves 2 at a time because I thought that might help for keeping the fade consistent between the 2 sleeves.
Yeah.
But then I'm looking at doing that, because doing sleeves 2 at a time requires 2 balls of yarn.
Yes.
And the sleeves are also fading, so 4
4
balls of
balls
yarn.
of yarn.
And I'm like, maybe I'll just do 1 sleeve at a time.
You might find it less aggravating.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always game for stretching your skill set. So yeah, like do it 2 at a time with 4 balls, because then you can say you did it. But I also understand.
Like, I conceptually understand how to do it, and for a sweater that was not trying to do a fade,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm enjoying this as being a more, it's not basic, but like a little more of a
Relaxed.
mindless, a relaxed, at times kind of mindless knit. So
Yeah.
I don't think I want to do it that way,
I think that's
but
totally fair.
I
I mean,
can do this. Haha. And
really?
it's terribly, terribly curly right now.
Well, yeah, but it's literally stockinette because you haven't picked up to do the shawl
Yeah.
collar yet. Yeah.
So pretend it actually comes to there, and then we'll stick a shawl collar on it out to like the middle, and it'll be great.
Yeah, yeah. No. That's gonna look amazing when it's done. You know what you could do? Well, I mean, you don't have as many spare set of needles as I do. You might not be able to, but if you picked up both sleeves individually, you could just knit to your fade 1 sleeve at a time. So you're only ever dealing with at max 2 balls of yarn. So knit both your first colors of your sleeve to your fade point, and then knit through your fade 1 sleeve at a time. Just have them on separate needles.
Could
Which would also
potentially work. That would require having
a spare set.
sets of the same size.
I don't know if you do or not. I mean, I do, but that doesn't shock anybody
What
because
size are these?
a billion sets of needles live at home. So
3.75, and I do have another set of interchangeables.
oh, you might then.
Maybe. Strong maybe.
That's just, I'm just going to throw out there as an idea. Technically, to be doing the sleeves 2 at a time, you just would be doing 1 section, then flipping to the other sleeve and doing the other section, which would also help make sure your fades line up.
True.
Yeah. So just a thought.
Things to think about. This is all going to hinge on whether I have another set of 3.75 mils.
Absolutely. Listen, I didn't realize I had a 4mm on a short enough cord I could knit in the round until I opened up my bag and looked. Knitting supply bags always carry just fun, wild, wacky things.
They really do.
So who knows what you'll find in there.
Mine had
It's
Japanese
Narnia.
candy in it for a while.
Oh my word. It's Narnia every time you open these things. I suppose that means we have to talk 8-bit sweaters now?
It is 8-bit sweater time.
Woo-hoo. I am still behind, and that is okay. Because I'm not as far behind as I was last time. To keep track of where I have put it, I have put my second sleeve in my first one.
And inside of the sleeve, I have another sleeve.
Well, I don't want to lose them, but it's just the best way to keep them together to pair those stupid things. Otherwise, I have random sleeves floating around, and Lord, I'll put it somewhere safe, and we all know what happens with that. It's over. So sleeve number 2 is done. The bottom of the sleeve was the Space Invaders. The top of the sleeve was the mushrooms. The mushrooms were really nice and rhythmic to create. Like they came
I kind of
together
like the
quite
mushrooms.
nice. Yeah. I like the Space Invaders.
I think those might be my favorite so far.
I like Tetris is still my favorite, but I do like these guys. So I have 2 sleeves, 2 of them finally. There's only what, 3 clues for the body now?
Yes. As of Sunday, yes.
So I'm still 2 clues behind, but I'm not quite as far. Do you want to see my weird bat cat rat thing?
You can't decide what it is.
I don't know if it knows what it is, but
I think it might be a dog dressed up as a bat.
Oh, I hadn't thought dog dressed up like a bat.
It's got sort
It's
of
got vampire teeth.
Yeah. Well,
Let's
it's
be
dressed up.
honest.
It's dressed
Let's
up.
be honest. It was super weird and really adorable, so it had to come home. Because it has wings. Its name is Count.
Of course it is.
Of course. I had to show Diana my very weird thing. Like how Discord was like, I don't know what to say about that, Jocelyn. I have strange tastes, people. That's what we say about that. All right, my 8-bit sweater is being made out of sport weight yarn from Briggs & Little. I have a little bit left of my first ball of gray, which I'm currently working through. To stagger my connecting joints, I picked up the body, and I will talk about the body pickup here, using 2 skeins of yarn, so I did not have to do a long tail cast on, which is my way of cheating the math guessing that goes on for long tail cast ons. Works every time. And I kept the big ball attached so that when this runs out, I'll attach a new big gray ball, and then the white ball will run out before the big gray ball does, so I'll never have 2 joins consecutively close together, which seems like a really good idea to me. I don't have a yarn bowl here, so I'm using one of my mom's Coke bowls as my yarn bowl. My mom likes Coke. Coca-Cola and the Coca-Cola bear. It's a thing. But I did cast on the body. Let me turn it inside out here. Well, let me turn it right side out for you guys, inside out for my knitting. So I cast on the hem for the size 47, which is not big enough to go around the girls, but we're steaking, baby. So I did the German stretchy cast on, like we did for the cuffs. For this, again, if people want, I can describe how I do the long tail cast on without actually using a long tail. Thankfully, as I was reading through her instructions, because I knew I wanted to add extra inches to be at like 20 inches in body, 20 centimeters, vastly different measurement. She did the sample to go to 20 inches. So she had already done all the math for me, and it was included right in her explanation. So I am literally adding 2 extra repeats of chart B, which is what she did in the sample, to get to the size I want to be at. I didn't have to math. Somebody did the math for me on that. I was so excited when I saw that. It was ridiculous.
I noticed that. It's pretty great.
So perfect. So on this body, I have a plethora of stitch markers going on. I am at row, what do we got here? I see on my notepad, I have it written down. I'm at row 6 of 18 of the first chart, so clue 5.
Yep.
Because clue 7 just came out. So, and I've made this much progress since Saturday. So I have knit 6 inches. At a not an insignificant size, because like there's a lot of stitches on this needle. I'm using my 5mm Chow Goose because that's what I needed to do to get gauge of people. I knit tight. For fun, my start of round marker is this cute little fishy dude from Miss C, because I saw it while she was making stitch markers and I had to have it, and she kindly gave it to me.
It's a very cute little fish.
So adorable. And I have the sections of each pattern repeat marked off so I don't mess it up too badly.
The sanity markers.
The sanity markers.
But I have those too.
Oh God, everybody needs them. But I also have 2 more stitch markers from Miss C. These were birthday gifts that she kind of tossed down my chest at sushi one night. She's like, happy birthday, and dropped them. I'm like, hello, you collect money and stitch markers. Cool.
But which one are you more excited about?
When I was 19, I would go home with more change than I went to the bar with in 20s. It worked out great, and I had no idea how much was in there. When they're this large, just don't register toonies, okay? You just don't.
I can't say I've ever put a toonie in my bra on purpose, but yes, I can imagine it doesn't make much difference.
I've had $30 worth of change in my bra and not noticed.
Depends on the change denominations.
Yep. So these stitch markers I got for a birthday. So I'm using them because they're different, because they're little nice little decorative balls. Pair of balls. Get the joke. I'm 12. I have used them to indicate my sneaking stitches. There are many ways to steek. Jocelyn owns a sewing machine, and Jocelyn's comfortable sewing. So Jocelyn's going to sew up one side and sew down the other in her sewing machine in a small zigzag, and then she's just going to cut up the middle. Just snip, snip.
Nip-on colorwork just sounds so scary.
I am so stoked to do this. You guys have no idea. I'm so excited. As always, when I'm knitting on the round, obviously it's inside out for me. So my purl side is out, not in. But because I'm working on the body, it's quite large, so I can see the pattern as I'm working on it. I'm enjoying the Zelda clue. I'm finding the pattern quite repetition friendly. Which is good because I have to blow up the chart so much, I'm only getting half the chart in my screen.
See, I found it very not repetition friendly. It was so fiddly at the bottom. I was not having a good time.
It's mirror imaged. So I memorized the first half and then I just flipped it for the second half, which I'm finding my brain just says, oh, okay, you just do it backwards and repeat. Maybe that's why I find sequence of numbers so easy to memorize.
I was also watching Critical Role, and they were having some lore dumps, so, that was not conducive to counting.
That won't help you any. So I'm still technically 2 clues behind, but I am absolutely closing that gap quite quickly.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah, so I mean, it might take me another clue to fully catch up, but I for sure should be through clue 6 at least by the end of the week, I'm hoping, depending on how busy I am with random heads. I have to spray paint things. I have a cedar table thingy, so like I asked my dad to make a cedar chest for my stuff because moths are the bane of all crafters' existences.
Uh-huh.
And he made a really nice one for Mom that lives at the end of her bed, but I don't like having things at the end of my bed, mostly because I walk into them.
Fair.
Coffee tables are always too short for me, so I had Dad build me a coffee table cedar chest. So it opens up and it's a cedar chest, but when you put the lid down, it's a Jocelyn-sized coffee table.
Nice.
Yeah. I gotta sand it, and we gotta varnish it, and then I'm gonna paint some decals, like nice decorative stuff on it, and then it'll come home with me when I go home. So.
Okay. There's where I'm at. I have just finished 5.
I could totally pass you this week.
You might. The bottom part I found so fiddly, and it was not clicking for me, but it got better as it went on.
Okay.
Despite having the enormously long floats in the wings, which is super annoying.
Yeah, because I'm just I'm gonna lean here off screen for everybody, but I just started that first row where the first bottom bell gets bigger.
Yeah.
Because I just finished row 6 of 18.
Yeah. So
I still have a lot of rows to do.
I am 1 clue behind. I need to do the Pac-Man clue this week, and then ideally also still do I think it's Mega Man clue is the next one.
I haven't even looked. I haven't even looked yet, so I want to look and I also don't want to look. But I mean, I also have to reknit the body of the flat white sweater and sleeves before the end of the month.
Good luck with that.
Serious knitting to do. Super serious knitting.
Oh,
so what am I working on? My sockhead hat.
Yeah. Procrastinating.
That's what I do.
It looks so good. I'm so excited to wear this thing. It's going to have to be like -5 before I wear it, though, because it's so thick and warm.
I can't wait to steek this and have it as a cardigan. I have extra steps involved because I'm going to have to make a little ribbed PC thing in the middle. Words come out of my mouth. Collar. That's the word I'm looking for. So when everybody gets ready to do the collar at the top of the sweater, what I think I'm going to do is continue and do the collar up and then just do each of the ribbing bands down the side individually. So I'll do the left front and then the right front just to make my life easier and to make the rows more approachable. Guys, I was ribbing while watching The Mandalorian. I was dedicated to getting that ribbing done.
I dropped my beginning of round marker My wooden stitch marker on the hardwood floor that is the same color in the poorly lit living room. It's
Oh,
skittered under some piece of furniture. I can't find it.
that's so sad. So sad. Ugh,
So I have to go look for it again.
dude. I mean, the bonus is you're not making an additional, what is it, 6 rows of knitting between each chart
This is true.
for length. So you can always look at it that way.
Well, because I was doing my sleeves and I got to the end of the last sleeve chart and it says like, okay, now do chart B until it reaches 18 inches or whatever it was. And I'm like, I'm already past that point. Is my row gauge really so wrong? So I'm just gonna do the pattern as written and it'll be fine.
My row gauge is definitely off. My thinking on it was like, you know what, honestly, if it's 22 or 23 inches rather than 20 inches, it's still going to be a great length for me. But if it's shorter than 20 inches, it will hit me in the wrong spot. So I need to make sure we're at least making that 20-inch marker. So
Sweaters are like my thing. I can do a sweater that's like cropped to tunic length, so like wherever it hits is fine. I just have to find the right pants to wear with it. But
no.
sweaters are my thing.
Yeah, they're not.
I
For
can
me.
wear basically any sweater.
For me, shawls is you sweaters.
It's true. I cannot do just any shawl.
I can do just any shawl. It just works. But yeah, I can't do it with sweaters. So that's fine.
I feel like I don't have enough drama necessarily for all the shawls.
I have enough drama for all the shawls. It's fine. It's fine. And to be honest, if it was any other pattern, I wouldn't worry about it quite so much because I could always just give it to my mom. This is natural wool and retro video games. Not for mom. It's not for mom.
No. Izzy might
She
try to
loves
take it.
Well, yeah, what doesn't she try to take? She loves the Summer Nights cardi. She wears that all the time. So, and she wants one of the boyfriend cardigans. So I'm crocheting another one of those at least. Oh, goodness. But that's it. That's all I have. Just knitting. I've got a little bit of stuff for wool gathering, and then I'm done.
All right. Well, let's do some wool gathering. What'd you get?
Cool.
What'd you get?
I already know. What I get.
But to build excitement for the viewers, what'd you get? What'd you get?
What you get? Guys, Diana's been talking about learning cross stitch. And when haven't I met an along I haven't liked? And I went, sure, I'll try cross stitching, because what could possibly go wrong? I could be reaching for things in the dark. There's only a lamp on, the rest of the room's actually quite dark to me. So it had to be a Jocelyn cross stitch kit, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Witchy Stitcher is in BC. And she does Halloween themed cross stitch kits. So I got one. It's a beginner cross stitch kit. It's a little circle. I got the hoop with it because guys, I don't even have hoops. I got nothing. So I ordered a complete kit. So I've got a needle, I've got my threads, I got the Atta for it, which is the background fabric, and I have the hoop to put it in, right? Super good, right? No problem. I got a little tiny kind of 8-bit character Grim Reaper going on here with his scythe. And just below it, in words, it says "killing it."
So freaking cute. Like, Halloween's not really my thing, but it's punny and adorable, and I want it.
For the record, if I enjoy cross stitching, get used to seeing her stuff because it's all Halloween themed, and I wanted several kits. But we have to see if I can do it first. So step one will be taking the pattern on the paper and tracing it onto the Atta fabric, which my mother's windows are self-facing. So at one point, my mom might get a photo of me using her window like a light box. So
Why not?
it's a really good light box, guys. So I will tape up the pattern, and then I will tape the fabric up over top of the pattern, align it, and sketch the pattern onto the fabric so I can follow it. So I have to do that for my mom's kit as well because my mom ordered a kit because she's going to try too. Her kit is another small one. It's like beginner intermediate, but hers says stay inside. It's too people-y out there.
That is so your mom.
So my mom. It's so good. So if I enjoy it, I will absolutely order more. But if I enjoy it, what I'll probably end up doing is start buying PDFs of them because then I'll just buy the ADA and buy the threads and stuff that I need separately. Because we have good crafting stores everywhere. I can do that. Or I can just order the threads and stuff I want. So we can do that as well too. It also will give me a little more control over what color threads go where. So I can decide what color threads I want in places. So this could be another rabbit hole for me to climb down.
Mm-hmm.
Step 1, attempt the kit. If I still enjoy it at the end of it, whether I grumble, like I'm not grumbling as I sew those squares together, there is much bemoaning in my life sewing those squares together. But if I enjoy it, I'm absolutely adding it to my list. And then we'll slowly sucker Diana into joining me because that's what I do.
I require very little suckering at this point. It's more like I don't have time until after Christmas.
I don't have time till sometime in 2022, but we're gonna figure it out.
Fair point.
It occurred to me, next year's 2021. I'll have been out of high school for 20 years at that point, which means technically the summer of 2021 would be my 20-year high or 10-year high school. No, I graduated in 2001. It will be my 20th high school reunion.
I was 10 years old in 2001.
Cool. I was 18. Graduating high school. Yeah. And then my brain went, oh, dude. I don't know if I want to go to that. Who knows? We could still be in pandemic next summer.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see.
Depressing thoughts.
But if we're not, Grandpa Seniors for Seniors building is literally next door to my high school, so free place to stay.
Yeah.
It's not all bad. It's not all bad. And I love their places because it's a seniors built co-op for seniors, which means those elevators talk and the buttons are big enough for me to see.
Just the little things.
I'm looking at apartments in the city of Winnipeg. Do you know how much I don't care if there's an elevator in the building because I won't be able to see the buttons to use the elevator?
Fair point.
So everyone's like, it's got an elevator. I don't care.
But does it have big buttons?
It won't have big buttons, or it'll have big buttons and it'll be poorly lit with bad contrast.
Yes.
It's like, cool, you will not be useful for anything other than the moving people. Thanks.
But hey, it'll cost less to move.
Yes, which I'm totally okay with. It also means I'm looking for things between like the 2nd and 5th floor because it's going to have to be a walk-up space idea for me because it's not like I can take the elevator.
It's one way to get your steps in.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Trying very poorly to find vaguely silverish linings.
Could you imagine me trying to explain to the owner, like the buildings manager, that I need to have a weird clear dot stuck to the elevator button for my floor so I can find it?
Well, that's what you should do. You just get somebody to put a sticker on the button for your floor.
There are stickers for that. There's actually clear gel ones that you can put on touch things, like microwaves, to register where the 5 is and where the start and stop buttons are. Like I have them, and I do use them. But that's what they're for. We also have them on the washing machine and the dryer here, so you can have it on the proper settings for the washer and the dryer without having to try to read the buttons. So it's all set up so like the regular wash and stuff is a button. So you find the little extra doodad on the top.
I'll just have somebody put a sticker on the button then.
Yep.
They'll never move it.
They won't, because everybody can imagine all the people getting in the elevator. We have no idea why there's a sticker here.
Like none of the residents are gonna move it. The cleaning staff won't. be bothered.
Well, the cleaning staff will know why they don't, but you can imagine a couple of weird questions to the building managers. Do you know there's a sticker on? Yes, this building has a blind lady. She uses it. Oh, that makes so much sense. They'd be so tired of answering that question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the poor people. I feel bad for them, and I don't even know who they are. That's the thing. So we'll see how that goes. I have my table magnifying glass that my mom and dad got that we're trying out to see how we do. And the funny part about it is I can't, if I wedge it far enough, it is magnetized. So the table clamp for it is a super heavy duty magnet. So I have one of these craft lamp ones. So it's got the lamp. So it lights up for some extra magnification. So we're going to try this because I still need the floor one, but we're going to give the table one a try to see if that also helps. As I make a really loud sound as it clicks back into place again. So I just have it off on the edge, which, by the way, super helpful when you're picking up stitches and black fingering weight yarn.
Yes, I can imagine.
Oh my gosh. Loved it. So helpful. So helpful. And helpful with the flat white as I'm going through and I'm knitting that first round once I've finished picking up all the stitches. Because in the worsted, I'll be able to see if they're twisted the right way or not. Whereas without it, I can't. So I'll be able to double check all my pickups to make sure it lies smoothly.
Makes sense.
Oh, so happy, so happy. In other news, we've learned a thing.
A thing. What's the thing?
It is actually faster for me to rip back a color work yoke and do it from scratch than it is for me to pick up stitches on the body of a sweater.
That is a disappointing thing. Picking up the stitches is supposed to be faster.
Which tells you how slow I am at it. So, yeah. So I feel way less apprehension about having frogged the entire harvest sweater now, knowing how long it would have taken me to pick up stitches. It will actually just be faster for me to knit a smaller size. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Just guys,
big sigh.
I have weird eyeballs. No. Wait till those tweets come out later. Just before October, my no context tweet game is going to be strong.
Buckets of heads and weird eyeballs bound.
Just wait till, oh, hey, look, that earlobe glitters. What?
And then I'm going to be sitting there playing typo, truth, or decoration.
Decoration. Yep. I could make a whole game out of that. I might tag you with the questions. Typo, truth, or decoration.
I need a T word for decoration, or some D words for the others. We need some alliteration in here.
We need some, yeah, where's Mr. B? Where's Mr. B when you need him? Where's your husband? Both of them are good at alliterations.
He's assembling model scenery in the other room.
I understand. His brother's been assembling model scenery. One usually inspires the other in a
I'm going to blame Mr. B
fashion.
in this win.
Well,
I think he started first.
He started the train first, yeah. And how do we know? Because he's finished a whole forest. That's how we know he started first.
Whew.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a whole industrial setup complete with skull cranes on the dining room table right now.
Oh, that's nice. See, you are on brand for Halloween. You're doing fine.
Yeah, we've got skull cranes.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. Oh, they released a new fantasy football team for Blood Bowl.
Oh, yeah?
Halloween. They're hucking pumpkins. I'm like, I will never play them, but I want those models. I want those models.
That sounds pretty great.
Ugh, whatever. It's fine. I play Wood Elves for my fantasy football team, and I likes them. Whatever, it is what it is. But that's it. I'm done. I'm out, guys. I didn't do any reading this week. I was busy, and then in the evenings, I was so tired. I was watching The Mandalorian with my mom on Disney Plus, or rewatching Critical Role.
We started hardcore binging The Handmaid's Tale this week, so I have also not done very much reading.
Well, I'm already
to
over 60 books. I'm well over 60 books for the year, so like I feel confident that if the last half of my year is kind of lackluster, it's okay.
My year started strong, so yeah, I'm like 2 books away from my goal for the year, which is twice as many books as I read last year, so I think I'm doing great.
So 4?
Hey, hey now. Hey now. Wasn't that bad. That was the year before. Before.
Before. Okay.
Before, I think legit actually was 4.
I think before was legit 4, yeah. And then you were like, this is not okay.
No, it was not okay. It's better now.
And you got my package.
Yeah, so I have even more books to read.
But I noticed you didn't show off that you received your project bag.
That's because I was saving it for right now when we're in wool gathering, kind of. It's sitting right here. I specifically didn't because I was saving it for the podcast. It's here. Thank you for reminding me. I'm a
Jocelyn,
good
your personal
podcaster.
assistant. Your personal assistant since you started being friends with me. I think that's going to be the rough.
I'll just. I was hoping I could put it over my head in shame. I can't.
I don't think it's big enough for that.
It's not quite big enough to put over my head in shame.
Cool. Next bag we get you large so you can put it over your head.
Anyway, I have this fantastic Black Widow project bag from Ginger Snap that. Thank you to the kind viewer who bought us project bags because that's amazing. It's got stars on the inside.
I know. So good. I was when I saw it showed up, I was like, oh, that's so Diana.
It's got, I guess this is a progress keeper, but it's got like a, oh gosh, come on. It's got a spider zipper pull stitch marker, progress keeper.
You done? You good?
Yep.
You have your wordage?
I got words. I have so many words. Ugh.
Just off screen rolled up is my skeletons and black gold spider webs on the inside because it holds my Halloween Great Pumpkin sock head bag and my skein of yarn. Which is getting small. Ooh, boy. It just lives just off screen because that's where the project sits. So, well, it's perfect editing, knitting, work knitting, learning knitting. My brain's so tired I can't think knitting.
Yeah.
I
know what you mean.
All right. In which case,
something's compiling knitting. We still have to talk about Patreon.
We have to talk about Patreon. You're right.
Yes.
Thanks for the catch.
The e-knitting is this Saturday, September 19th at noon Manitoba time, even though neither of us are in that time zone right now. It's at the same time that it always is.
We're not changing the time. I'm not here permanently yet. Unless it gets really bad, because then I'm stuck here, right? So.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are able to and desiring to support us financially, you can do that through Patreon with a monthly donation. $5 and above tiers get the e-knitting with us once a month. But any tier will get you access to our relatively newish still Discord server. It's not a channel. You have channels in a server. I can speak words.
You have the tech degree. This is the part I like to point out to you. These are, in fact, your words.
You know what? I did 8 hours of words today, plus I learned a whole bunch of new words. Like, I learned about rakes and rails and rubies and gems.
Okay. You're either
and
working
Cusco,
or playing a video game.
And it's, you know what? It's hard. It's hard.
Monies.
So many words. I don't know about the things.
All the words?
The words and the acronyms. So many things.
Nope, we were collating decoration ideas based off Pinterest boards.
See, that sounds like a lot more fun than waiting for things to compile.
It's a lot of list writing and a lot of comparing and a lot of seeing what you already have.
I like lists.
We are fans of lists. Tomorrow we start collecting these supplies, so I'm off to Dollarama.
Oh, that's going to be dangerous.
It is, because I think I'm going to treat myself to a fancy coffee while I'm out from the Indigo chapters that's close by.
Even better.
I think that'll be just the thing I would like to do. Fancy coffee, way too much stuff bought at Dollarama.
I still can't do latte art with my fancy coffee machine. It looked
You'll
like a paw
get
print
there.
today. I was trying to do a heart. So far, it's
You'll
looked
get
like a droopy teddy bear without a face, various shapes of blob. Today, it looked like a three-toed foot. Can't do latte
So
art. It's hard.
you were making dinosaur feet.
Yes, that's what I was doing on purpose. Mm-hmm.
I totally believe you.
For the record, I've never worked as a barista. I did retail and I did waitressing. Did not do the coffee thing. So this is a new world to me.
I have never done latte art, so you're probably still way better than I am. All I have is coconut whipped cream in a can that's Jocelyn friendly. No corn, no lactose.
I have salted caramel whiskey sauce that I've been mixing into my coffee, which is fantastic.
That sounds like a Diana thing, like nobody's business.
Yeah, it's when we went to the thing at the mall
The thing at
in
the
like
mall? You mean
the thing at the
behind
mall a
closed
million years
doors?
ago in the before times. Yeah, that thing. And
Behind closed doors?
we tried the thing and we're like, you probably won't like it because it's whiskey, and I probably won't like it because it's salted caramel, and you also probably won't like it because it's caramel. And then we actually all liked it, so
Yes, I
it was
remember.
that one. Yeah.
Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, the behind the closed door thing is a fun thing to do, and I will do so again in the after times, just not during the during times.
Yes.
Yep. So, there's that. Though I am very grateful for my 15 years in retail now, because I can tell whether or not something fits me by looking at it. Currently can't try on clothes.
It's a very handy skill to have. I do not have that skill.
It's a good skill. I like the skill. The skill is solid. I feel like it'll serve me well. So it is what it is. Anyway, we're stupid busy, pair of us. And it's late for Diana, and I have to go make dinner. So.
Okay. Enjoy your dinner. I will go
I will.
fall over with my lack of words.
It's a thing. And I'll say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you,
Don't forget to knit.
Which, yep, that's the way that works.